Yes, guys, people, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another episode of Premier Predictions. I hope you guys are doing well today. Yeah, as you can see, I'm a bit calm after yesterday's wind of Chelsea loss against Fulham, which I did expect. Fulham played really well, they deserved the win, while Chelsea, even though we were better in the first 15 minutes, I knew we'll still lose because this team just lack creativity. Players don't play well consistently. João Felix is the only positive player on the pitch. He was average because he got sent off, but before he got sent off, he was the best player. Simple as that. Thiago Silva hadn't had the best game, but he was just like João Felix. Only him and João Felix. Maybe Denis Zakaria can hold this and can be positive. The rest of the day, they just hang that in shame, be in the bin because they're just not good enough. So yeah, so I'm just calm. So yeah, so today's Friday. Some really, really two big games coming up on match day 30 this weekend. The Manchester Derby and the North London Derby. And I'll be definitely doing live watch alongs of that one on my YouTube channel. So make sure you guys check that out. I'm looking forward to it. And I know you guys all around the world will be looking forward to those two games. So yeah, those two big derbies, I'll be definitely doing that on my live watching on my YouTube channel. So make sure you guys check that out. So yeah, before we get started, don't forget, if you are new, is the subscribe button below. Smash a like if you enjoyed this video. Make sure you click the bell notification so that I never miss any of my YouTube content and when I'm uploading videos. And make sure you click the share button so that you guys can give your predictions for this weekend's Premier League in England from the UK. So make sure you guys do that. So without further ado, let's kick off this week's Premier predictions. Alright, so the first game kicks off later on today, and that is Aston Villa against Leeds United. Of course, both Leeds United and Aston Villa lost their FA Cup game. I forgot who Leeds lost to, but Aston Villa, they've lost to Stevenage, which was shocking because Unai Emery is a manager and, he knows how to win trophies. So to lose to Stevenage was shocking, but I guess that they weren't playing the strongest team. So yeah, so basically Leeds United, they've lost. So yeah, both teams lost the FA Cup final. But Leeds, when they faced Newcastle, we all thought that Newcastle were going to win. But the way they defended and got a positive result was really good. So the thing is that could Leeds United do the exact same thing against Aston Villa? We shall wait and see. My first thought is that I feel like Aston Villa are going to win, but the way Leeds United dealt with Newcastle, I feel like they're going to deal with Aston Villa. So for this game later on today at 8 p.m. at Villa Park, I might go for a draw. Honestly, I feel like Aston Villa is going to dominate Leeds United, but I think Leeds United will do well defensively the way they did against Newcastle. So, and plus, I want Aston Villa to drop points because I swear to God, if they beat us and we lose to a Crystal Palace, they will be above us. So, I hope Leeds United can do Chelsea a favour. So, for this game, I either want a Leeds win or a draw. Simple as that. So, my prediction, boy, oh boy. It's tough, because I want to go for an Aston Villa win, but Leeds United did well against Newcastle, so I'm going to go for a draw, maybe 1-1. I'm going to go for 1-1 because Leeds United it looks like they're going to be in the Premier League next season. Aston Villa, definitely, they want to be in the European places next season, so Unai Emery, could it be a tactical masterclass and outclass Solly March? We shall wait and see, but I'm going to go for a draw and hopefully that does happen because, like I said, if Leeds United lost against Newcastle, then I would have gone for an Aston Villa win. But they got a fair result against Newcastle, so I think it's going to be another draw for them. Aston Villa Park is a tough place to go. It really is. So I'm going to go for... Sorry about that, guys. Let me just quickly do this. Okay. Yes, I'm going to go for a draw, 1-1, Aston Villa against Leeds United later on today. Right, we move on into the first big game of this weekend, a huge game. Manchester Derby at Old Trafford, kicking off at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. It's Manchester United against Manchester City. Man United, with the one of the best teams in England, or Manchester, best team in England, or Manchester City continue to dominate England. So yeah, Manchester United and Manchester City. If you have a look at the table, let me just have a quick look. Man United, I believe, are now 3 points behind Manchester City. Sorry, 4 points behind Manchester City. So if they win again, and I know that Arsenal fans will be desperate for that to happen, so that they will have a chance of winning the title. So if Manchester United beat them, there will be 1 point behind Manchester City, with both of them have a game in hand. Let's not forget about that one. But if Manchester City win, then that means they'll be 2 points behind Arsenal, and they expect Tottenham to beat them. So that's why I'm looking forward to these two matches, Manchester Derby and the North London Derby. I'm looking forward to those games. So Manchester City, over the last couple of games, well, except for the FA Cup, they looked a bit shaky. And the reason why I said that is because we could have easily got a draw against Manchester City, but the reason why they won is because Pep knew how to win, and Graham Potter didn't. The FA Cup, they deserved to win because in the first half they destroyed us. But guess what? 2 days ago, they've lost against Southampton, who are in the relegation zone. Rock bottom, and they have lost, and Man City lost to them in the Carabao Cup. That was a Carabao Cup shock. So Man City haven't been looking that great. So Pep Guardiola really needs to win if he wants his team to really have a chance of winning the title. Because I don't think Arsenal will win the title just yet because it's still early. So if Manchester City want to stop Arsenal from winning the title, they need to make sure that Arsenal drop points and they win their game, and make sure they beat Arsenal when they face each other, both home and away, if you know what I mean. So Man City haven't looked to be that great. But for Manchester United, they're the only team here that in 4 competitions: the Premier League, the Europa League, the Carabao Cup, and the FA Cup. So can Man City be the underdogs? Should they feel scared that it's at Old Trafford and Eric Ten Hag is getting the best out of these players? And Casemiro is proving why we should have signed him, because he's the best DM in the world. We should have signed him. I don't know why we didn't sign him, because he would do far better than Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, maybe Kovacic, maybe Kante. He would be much better, but instead we didn't sign him. That's how we're in a mess right now. So Casemiro, best defender, so he looks ready. And Marcus Rashford, he scores against Liverpool. He scored against Arsenal. I think he may have scored against Manchester United. I may have forgotten. So Marcus Rashford is really turned up against the big six. So, and he's on form too. So he looks ready. Manchester United look ready. So I fear that Manchester City may lose this game, because the last couple of games they haven't been looking that great, other than the FA Cup. So for this game tomorrow, it's going to be a huge one. I'm not going to go for Manchester United win. I don't think they win a title as Manchester United. But if they win a couple of games and make Arsenal, Newcastle start dropping points, maybe they'll be in a title race. But for me, Man United aren't just yet. They aren't just yet. Eric Ten Hag, we have to praise him, because even though the beginning of the season, when they lost to Brighton and Brentford, I said that don't count off Manchester United just yet. The season have just started. Why don't you see what happens as the game progresses? They'll finish in the top four. And that's looking like more likely the way they play right now. So for me, this game tomorrow, I might go for Manchester United to win, I might go for 2-1. Because like I said, Man United are on form, and they're the only team who remain in all 4 competitions. While for Manchester City, they've got knocked out against Southampton in the Carabao Cup. They're still in the FA Cup. They're still in the Premier League. But Man United are the only English team to remain in 4 competitions this season. So that's why for me, I feel like Manchester United are definitely going to win. They'll beat them 2-1. I feel like Rashford will score again, and maybe Casemiro. Manchester City, Riyad Mahrez, because Erling Haaland over the last couple of games hasn't scored. So I feel like maybe he could score, maybe it could be Riyad Mahrez. We should wait and see. But Riyad Mahrez already scored for Manchester City. But Man United, I feel like they're going to beat them, I feel like they're going to beat them because they're on form, I know that, and I know Arsenal fans will be desperate for that to happen. So we shall wait and see. So this game tomorrow, that's going to be my live watch along. The first one is going to be Man United 2-1 win in the Manchester derby. I can just see that happening. And guess what? It's at Old Trafford. So yeah, Man City fans, they need to be a bit worried. Of course, they should be confident, but they should be worried because Manchester United, including Rashford, is on form, is well on form. So they need to feel worried. So yeah, if I was a Manchester United fan, I'll be confident, not 100%, but just confident. If I was a Man City fan, I will be confident, but a bit scared at the same time. So 2-1 to Manchester United in the Manchester derby tomorrow is going to be my prediction on that one. All right, we move on into Brighton against Liverpool. Of course, Brighton absolutely destroyed. I think they won the last game. I've forgotten. Who did they beat? I've forgotten. But yeah, Liverpool have lost against Brentford their last game last week. Last Monday. So I guess what, it's at home. So I knew Liverpool will struggle this season. I don't think they win a title race, and I don't think they'll win a trophy this season. I won't light Liverpool off just yet, but if they continue to lose games and put into bad performances, I fear that they're not going to finish in the top four either. So they're just like Chelsea, except Liverpool are above Chelsea. But I knew both Chelsea and Liverpool struggle. I didn't have both of them in my top four prediction, and many people thought I was deluded. Look, yeah, if Liverpool don't win the next game, there would be, and Manchester United do, there would be 10 points behind Manchester United. 10 points. So Liverpool really need to win if they have a chance of finishing the top four. They really need to win. But can I see that happening? No, because it's at home and Brighton, under the new manager, is playing really good football. Passing, counter-attacking, they just know how to win. And plus, when they faced each other last time, it was 2-2. So you know what I mean. So for this game, I'm gonna go for 2-1 Brighton. I just don't see Liverpool winning. They're in a bad situation. Klopp really needs to turn this game around if he doesn't want to be under some pressure. But Liverpool need to win, but I just don't see that happening because against Brentford they look awful, and I feel like against Brighton, and plus it's away from home, so yeah. So Liverpool, I just don't think they're gonna win. I just don't. I can see a shock. I can see a shock. Well, not a complete shock, but just a bit of shock for this game tomorrow at the Amex Stadium. So Brighton against Liverpool, I have to go for Brighton to win. I just don't see Liverpool win. I just don't. It's as simple as that. So yeah, unless Liverpool can play better than they did against Brentford, then fine. But for me, Brighton will just know how to beat them. They just know Liverpool's weakness in terms of their defense, their midfield, maybe the front three, but it's more of the midfield that's causing problems for Liverpool. So they'll know how to handle Liverpool midfield. So yeah, so Liverpool, I just don't think you're gonna win. I'm sorry. You may think I'm wrong, but just wait until tomorrow and you'll see that I was right to predict a Liverpool loss. So there you go. So Brighton are gonna win 2-1 tomorrow afternoon. Right, Everton against Southampton. Boy, oh boy. Everton and Lampard is under some serious pressure. Whereas for Nathan Jones, in the last two games, they've beat Crystal Palace, which I didn't expect that to happen. And they beat Manchester City, which I really didn't expect that to happen. So Nathan Jones is really starting to pick up some form. But in the Premier League, he hasn't been doing it consistently. But the last two games was good for him because he scored two past Crystal Palace and he scored two past Manchester City. And not only that, they kept a clean sheet too. So yeah, you can understand that Nathan Jones is really starting to progress just a little bit. And guess what? Everton is Goodison Park. Boy, oh boy, I just don't see Everton winning at all. At all. I just see Southampton beat them by 3-1. Everton will score, but Southampton will beat them. Nathan Jones in Manchester City, which nobody expects. Everton out of the Carabao Cup, out of the FA Cup, against Manchester United. Like for me, Everton need to fix this because their club is just rotten. They want to compete for the Europa League, not battling for to survive. They don't want that because Everton is a big club. You may think it's a small club that they're not because they've been to European places before. They're a big club. So Everton really need to win. But can I see that happening? No. Because against Southampton, like I said, last two games they've won and Nathan Jones is starting to really get the best out of these players. To include the likes of Kyle Walker-Peters and all that stuff. So I think Everton, against Southampton are good as in Park tomorrow. So yeah, unfortunately for Everton, it's going to be another loss. So 3-1 to Southampton is going to be my prediction. I just don't see that happening. I just don't. I really don't. Excuse me. Right, Nottingham Forest against Leicester City. Leicester City lost their game. I don't know who it was. I don't know. I've forgotten. But Nottingham Forest, they've scraped a 1-0 win against Southampton. So, and plus, Nottingham Forest are not only through to the fourth round of the FA Cup, but they're also through to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, which is unbelievable because, they're like Southampton, they're in the bottom, but they're still through to the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. So, yeah, so Nottingham Forest have been looking good over the last couple of games. But for Leicester City, they win the FA Cup fourth round, but they're already out of the Carabao Cup and they lost their last game. So it's at the City ground. So and plus it's a East Midlands derby. So yeah, of course when these two met each other, not Leicester City destroyed them by putting four past them and Nottingham Forest didn't score. But I feel like Nottingham Forest will get revenge, because going to the City ground ain't that easy. It really ain't. So for this game in the East Midlands derby, another derby, Manchester derby, then East Midlands derby, I'm gonna go for 1-0 Nottingham Forest win. I feel like they're gonna get revenge because semi-final of the Carabao Cup, which they haven't achieved before. The next one of the FA Cup, which they haven't achieved. Like honestly, like Stephen Cooper is start to get some kind of form, just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit. So I feel like Nottingham Forest are going to get revenge on Leicester City in the East Midlands derby. So 1-0 to them. I feel like Leicester City need to win because other teams are starting to catch up. So Leicester City need to win if they don't to be facing the relegation zone after this weekend, if you know what I mean. So yeah, 1-0 to Nottingham Forest is going to be my prediction. Simple as that. Simple as that. Right. The next one. Wolves against West Ham United. West Ham United and David Moyes is under some serious pressure because if Everton win against Southampton, which I don't think they do, and West Ham lose, they're going to be in the bottom three for the first time this season, or maybe the second time. So West Ham, you need to really pick this form because David Moyes is under some serious pressure, He really, really is. For Wolves, they will be so unlucky here not to go through to the next round and beat Liverpool because that third goal for Wolves, it should have been stood. I don't know why that was offside. And the thing is that if that goal has been Wolves' goal was disallowed for offside, why did not Sanders' goal be disallowed? I just don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense. For me, Wolves were so unlucky. But they deserve to be in the replay. They didn't deserve to lose because they showed heart, fight, desire, passion. They made Liverpool scared, and they made Alisson make the mistake for the first goal. So for me, Wolves are lucky, and unfortunately for them, they're not through to the Carabao Cup semi-final, which is unfortunate. But Wolves, under the new manager, is starting to progress just a little bit, just like Southampton and Newcastle, if you know what I mean. So they're starting to creep up just a little bit. The thing is that. Can they do this consistently and stay in the Premier League? We shall wait and see. So, yeah, for West Ham United, I just fear for them. I really do. So, this game tomorrow, oh boy, oh boy. But West Ham did win in the FA Cup, which is good. But in the Premier League, they're just not that great. So, unfortunately for them, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Wolves win. I think they will just now know how to beat West Ham. I feel West Ham will score, but I think Wolves will get the 3 points. It's going to be a tight one. It really is. But I see Wolves nicking it because, like I said, the last couple of games they looked really, really good and really threatening. So yeah, 2-1 to West Ham United for Wolves against West Ham United is going to be my prediction. And then we move on into Brentford against AFC Bournemouth, a team from West London against the team in the South Coast, AFC Bournemouth. Now Bournemouth aren't in the FA Cup, I believe, and Brentford are out because they've lost against West Ham. So Brentford, of course, won their game against Liverpool. Bournemouth lost their last game. So for this game tomorrow, I see a Brentford win. I'm going to go for 2-0 Brentford because they always play really well at home, and their last home game they beat Liverpool 3-1. So yeah, going to Brentford Community Stadium ain't that easy. Of course, Arsenal are the only team that beat them this season. Man United didn't beat them, Chelsea didn't beat them, Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham. So yeah, facing Brentford, especially at the G-Tech Stadium, ain't that easy to go against. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that game. I'm going to go for a Brentford win 2-0. I feel like I'm not sure if Ivan Toney is going to be fit enough. I don't know when, but I feel like Mwepo will score, and the other one that nearly scored a hat trick, I've forgotten. Wissack or something like that, I've forgotten will score. So yeah, and they'll keep a clean sheet. So yeah, I'm going to go for Brentford 2-0 on that game tomorrow. Simple as that. So yeah, Bournemouth lost their last game. Well, for Brentford, they always play really well at home. So 2-0 to Brentford is going to be my prediction. And then we move on into the Sunday's games. Now there's there's one big game and there's one game that is not so big, but we'll just wait and see. But the first game is Chelsea against Crystal Palace. I'm not going to talk about this too much because I'm going to do a match preview on that one tomorrow. But I have just have no faith in this team. Simple as that. So 2-1 to Crystal Palace. The way I predict will beat us is the way I'm going to predict to Crystal Palace to beat us because the last time they beat Chelsea were at Selhurst Park under Antonio Conte in 2017. And I feel like they're going to beat us for the first time since 5 years because they just knew Chelsea are crap, you know. And if they win, they'll be the same points as Chelsea. So that just shows you how Chelsea are in the mud. Chelsea are embarrassing. Squad full of clowns, cowards. We're just shit and embarrassment. We're just a joke of a club. Simple as that. So I just have no faith in this team. And I'll keep on predicting loss after loss after loss until I see change. Yeah? And the bad thing is, João Felix was Chelsea's best player yesterday, is going to miss this game, then a game against Liverpool, then against Fulham, at the beginning of the February. And I think he may return against West Ham, but we should wait and see on that one. So, yeah, without João Felix, Chelsea are not the same. So, yeah, 2-1 to Crystal Palace is going to be my prediction. I'm not going to talk about this too much because I'm going to save that for tomorrow's preview on that one. So make sure you guys check that out. So, yeah, not confident whatsoever in that game. 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Now, this game is interesting. Newcastle against Fulham. Of course, Fulham beat Chelsea yesterday, and Newcastle are still the... even though they're out of the FA Cup, they're still in the Carabao Cup, they're still in second place, and, it looks like they could potentially finish in the Champions League, which they've never done since. Both teams are looking really good. This one is really difficult to take, I might go for a draw, because when these two face each other, Newcastle beat them 4-1. So, boy, this is tough. But Fulham are in the top 6, so this game is really good. Of course, I can't watch it because of the Chelsea Crystal Palace game, but oh boy, this is so difficult to predict. I want to go for Newcastle win, but Fulham are doing really well. So, boy, oh boy, I might go for a draw. I might go for a draw. I might go for I might go for 2-2. I want to go for 1-1, but these two have great always love scoring goals. So I might go for 2-2. I'm going to go for a draw. I just can't see the Newcastle Fulham beat them because they were in the top 6, both of them. Of course, Fulham are in the Europa League places, while Newcastle were in the Champions League spots, top 4. So, Yeah, I'm just going to go for a draw. I just don't see one team winning this game. I'm just looking forward to seeing the highlights of that game. So yeah, 2-2. It's difficult to predict because if Fulham didn't do well this season, they are prospect I'll maybe go for Newcastle win. But the fact that Fulham are in the top six just shows you that they're the most underrated team ever. Because nobody would predict Fulham to be playing well this season. Not even for me. So it's a but Fulham are the underdogs and they prove everyone wrong. So yeah, so 2-2 tomorrow on Sunday, really good game. I'm just gonna have to go for a draw. I just they see one team winning it. Just simple as that. Simple as that. And then we move on into another watch along that I'm gonna do on Sunday, and it's the North London Derby. Tottenham Hotspur up against Arsenal, 4 p.m. White Hart Lane. Now the thing is that the last time Arsenal beat Tottenham Hotspur at White Hart Lane away from home was in 2014. So it's been close to like maybe 8 or 9 years since Arsenal have done this, which is a pretty long time, But the thing is that Arsenal are on top of the league and they're still doing well, But they have a really bad record against Tottenham, and Tottenham they really, really did see a really good performance because when these two face each other at the Emirates, it's Arsenal always win. And when these two face each other at White Hart Lane, it's always Tottenham win. So both teams haven't done the double over each other since, since. So Arsenal never done it, Tottenham never done it. If Arsenal do that, that will be the first time since, I believe, 2014 that they've done the double over Tottenham. So Tottenham need to really turn up because their last home game they've lost against Aston Villa, and the way they've lost is unacceptable. And Antonio Conte really needs to not put a back three anymore because it's not working. Against Portsmouth they've won, but they haven't been. But Portsmouth had a few chances as well. So I think Antonio Conte needs to stop this back three because it worked for Chelsea, but it will not work for Tottenham because Tottenham are not better than Chelsea. They're not bigger than Chelsea, if you know what I mean. So Tottenham really need to turn up, and that's what the fans expect. Even though they've lost, they need to see heart, fight, desire, passion. They don't want to see how they did against Arsenal at the Emirates. They need to see a better performance and hopefully a win. So I'm looking forward to that game on Sunday, and I'll be definitely doing a live stream for that one. So make sure you guys check that out on Sunday afternoon. But it's so tough to take because Arsenal don't have a good record against Tottenham, but this is a totally different Arsenal, and I said they will do well this season. So yeah, Edin Ketia is looking like he's a real deal because he's scoring goals for Arsenal. We all thought that Edin Ketia is not going to do nothing, but he's proven the Arsenal fans wrong. So yeah, I feel like he will start, and Gabriel Martinelli will start, Saka will start, Odegaard will start. Just out of the Arsenal team already. But is Tottenham ready? That's the big question. Are they ready to face an Arsenal team who has done really well and Mikel Arteta who's done a really good job? That's the big problem. And before I do my prediction on that one, I want to say congratulations to Mikel Arteta, who's won December Premier League Manager of the Month, and well done to Odegaard, who has won last month's Premier League Player of the Month. So well done to both of them. So yeah, they deserved it. They absolutely deserved it because Odegaard is looking like a top player in that number 10 position, and Mikel Arteta just doing what he always does, just bringing his team together. So it's simple as that. So this game on Sunday, I want to go for a Tottenham win, but do I see them playing? I just don't think they'll win. I feel like they will score Harry Kane because he loves going against Arsenal, but Arsenal are just playing better football than Tottenham. They really are. So I'm just going to go for a type 2 on Arsenal win. I feel like they will finally beat Tottenham at White Hart Lane and do the double for them for the first time since 2014. So yes, Tottenham, they need to really put a performance and get a win on Sunday. Otherwise, they could be in serious trouble in terms of finishing the top 4 in the current country, which Conte doesn't like. So they really need to put in a good performance, a really, really better performance than the game against Aston Villa away at White Hart Lane, if you know what I mean. So yeah, looking forward to that game on Sunday. Alright, so that's all the Premier League predictions. Let me go for them one more time. So the first game Later on today is Villa against Leeds, and I've gone for draw 1-1. Then a huge Manchester derby game. I've gone for Manchester United win of 2-1 against Man City at Old Trafford. The next one, I've gone for a little shock Brighton win against Liverpool 2-1. Then I've gone for 3-1 Southampton win against Everton at Goodison Park. Then I've gone for a 1-0 tight win for Nottingham Forest against Leicester City in the East Midlands derby. Then I've gone for a tight Wolves win against West Ham at Molineux in the Midlands. Then I've gone for a Brentford 2-0 win against Bournemouth at the GTEC Stadium. That's the last Saturday game. And then on Sunday, London derby, I went for Crystal Palace win against Chelsea. Then I went for Newcastle Fulham 2 draw. Then I went for an Arsenal win 2-1 against Tottenham in the North London derby. So that is it, guys. That is my predictions for this week. Let me know in the comments down below whether you agree or disagree. And what's your predictions? Let me also know in the comments down below. So that is it, guys. That is all my predictions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, if you're new, hit the subscribe button below. Hit the bell notification so that I never miss any of my YouTube content. Smash a like if you enjoyed this video. And make sure you click the share button so that everyone can come along and give their predictions. Don't forget, tomorrow, a match preview for Crystal Palace against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Then a live watch along to the Chelsea Crystal Palace game. Then also a live watch along tomorrow for the Manchester derby between United and City. Then also on Sunday after the Chelsea game, I'll be doing a live watch along for the North London derby between Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal. So make sure you guys check that out. It's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to watch those games. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care. And always peace. I'm out of here. Take care.